Welcome all this morning to you human people and non-human people. It's lovely to see you all here this morning. Together, we return once again to create a beloved community, acting together, all of us, with compassion, reason, and respect, to empower us to promote a just society. And as part of that empowerment, I'd like to acknowledge that here in the CSRA, we reside on the lands of the Westo people, the Savannah Shawnees, and the Uki peoples of the Muskogee Confederacy. My name is Reverend Nick Filzen. My pronouns are he, him. I'm happy to have created this service today with worship host Cheryl Martin, musician Robin Macy, and all of you. All of you. Of course, visitors are welcome this morning. We just had a really big one walk in. I'm excited about that. I will know you as a visitor both by your orange name tag and the amount of hair that you have. We are always happy to see you all. If you'd like to stay behind, stay after the service and have some food and some treats with us in the common room, you're more than welcome. We have lots of leftovers from two big events yesterday, so if you're looking for a good lunch, we got you covered. And we'll say hi to you when you're there too. Also, if you'd like to fill out a blue card in a seat pocket in front of you, just so we can kind of stay in better touch with you, that'd be excellent as well. And whether you're here for the first time or the 1000th, I sincerely hope you get what you need today. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I was hearing things or not. I have a few community building announcements to make this morning. First, thank you to everyone who came yesterday for the You the Vote event. It was excellent, and I hope we can continue to host events like that and reach out beyond our walls here and affirm the democratic process in meaningful ways. I know there were lots of things that were doing basically that same work yesterday, including the League of Women Voters, and I hope that you all had a great event as well. I am really excited to announce a new spiritual practice and community enhancing program that we're starting soon on October 5th. Please stay tuned for more information about a monthly ecstatic dance here in the sanctuary on first Wednesdays, including an emerging partnership with the Gay Straight Alliance from a local high school, which I'm really excited about. Similarly, keep an eye out this week for a survey about Soul Circles 2.0, our small group ministry program that we started last year. Last year's inaugural version went well, but we want to make any necessary adjustments that will allow it to truly meet folks' needs and help us thrive within and among us. We've hired a new tech debt coordinator, and I'm really excited to have him start with us. His name is Daniel Boggy. He's a student at Davidson Fine Arts, and he'll officially be starting on October 9th, and that's Daniel back there if you want to give a little wave. From all I can tell, he's a great kid, and I'm really looking forward to working with him. And now let us fully enter this service. Let us connect and reconnect both with ourselves, with our human community, with our non-human community in this wonderful web of life that we call home.
Good morning. Today's chalice lighting is, appropriately enough, an all-animal chalice by Mark Causey. We light this chalice, spark of the original fire of creation, to remind us that we all on this planet, the furred, the feathered, the finned, and the scaled, along with us featherless bipeds, we're all made of the same star stuff and all share a common destiny. We all share the same hopes of a life free from harm and suffering, and the same aspirations of happiness, love, and flourishing, being able to express our own unique natures and capacities as best as we may. We are just that many diverse perspectives from which the whole is seen and experienced. We are inextricably intertwined, interconnected, and interdependent, and it is good. Blessed be.
Please join us in body or spirit as we sing our opening hymn 175, We Celebrate the Web of Life, and I will play it all the way through.
This is a time when we come together as community every week to share those joys and sorrows that have come into our lives over the last week. If you have anything you would like to share, if you will start making your way, join me down front to my right. We always drop the first stone for those of our community who cannot be with us. We'll drop a second stone for those in the military, particularly their families, and those that are deployed overseas. I'm going to drop a candle. I'm going back in time here, mixing a little. I'm going to drop a stone for Pat Lynch Hayes and for Andy Reese and send them healing thoughts. And I'll drop another stone for the League of Women Voters tea that was yesterday. We had a great turnout, and you will see some vote shortbreads in the back and some LWV, League of Women Voter, little petit fours back there. So I would encourage all of you to vote. All right. Miss June.
My name is June DiLorenzo, which you probably already know, but whatever. And I brought a pet right now, and I figured you would like to see it. So it's a baby turtle, and you can come and pet it whenever you like. But could it be one at a time, because too many people, it stresses it out.
You want to drop a stone in the water? Yeah, I stress out too.
Good morning, Natalie Reese. I have two joys. I'm making a
Today's time for prayer and meditation. I'm going to read a poem by a friend and colleague, Reverend Teresa Inez Soto, from her book that has been published by the Unitarian Universalist Publishing Company, and I think it's apropos for today. So when I do a reading like this, I hope that you can listen, and if there's anything that connects to you or or that speaks to you or sparks for you, once we go into the moment of silence, you just kind of play with that idea, play with those feelings that emerge from that idea, and then see where our souls go from there. This is called When Your Best Friend Has Four or So Legs. What it means to have a pet is to love someone who speaks a language you do not. A dog will bow and prance. A cat will purr and blink. A guinea pig will giggle and squeak. A snake will curl and lisp. A long time ago, a friend of mine had a dog with soft ears and considered herself the pup's guardian. A gentle way to think of protecting and caring for a friend. Such a small gesture of respect for a source of boundless love. The dog's long pink tongue lolling in a goofy grin. The cat convinced that kneading and grooming are crucial to this day. A bird asking for a treat, bending a wing to wave. These are friends. They are loves. It's kind of a surprise that you should love someone so much who would eat the butter on the table if they could get away with it, and gets endless hair on the sofa when they aren't even supposed to be on the furniture, kitty. When they are called companion animals, it's such an open, tender truth. The endless cuddles and tricks and loyalty. The comfort of fingers to fur and big, adoring eyes. These are friends. These are loves. They stretch our hearts and fill them with their abundance of kindness. When they are gone, our hearts remain larger, though their absence leaves room for expanses of grief. Their love champions and companions us still.
It is truly a joy to be part of a beloved community that includes animals. But that being said, their beloved community requires resources. And that being said, I will invite the ushers to come forward to take up the morning collection.
So today's sermon is, I'm actually calling it a parable for all ages. And for that, if any of the folks who identify as kids want to kind of come up here and listen closely, I hope that there'll be something special for you. And if you just want to kind of stay in your space, that's fine too. Does Katie want to come? Yeah. No, her name is Kitty the dog. It's confusing, I know. Okay. I think the energy has been suitably amplified. Do any of you know the game Animal Crossing? Yeah? You don't play it? Okay, so you might recognize some of the characters from Animal Crossing in this story, okay? It was a busy street corner in the middle of town, a town full of all kinds of creatures. Many were human people, many were not. Every day, the human people and animal people crossed paths as they went on their busy way. Often, if not usually, the human people demanded that they get to go on their way first. They had designed how this intersection would work best for them, after all. There was a sense of ownership that was maybe helpful in the past. Now they moved through the space as though they were royalty. Now, the animals who used the intersection were usually more than happy to oblige the demands of the human folks. They were kind and loving and simply felt honored to be in community with everyone. They never wagged it, so to speak, in the faces of human people that they also were involved in building this intersection. It was their homes that were raised for the new construction to come in, resources from their natural habitat used to build the intersection structures. They even lost family members to some of the human people who took them somewhere new as they destroyed their homes, or worse. Animal people were the ones who adapted to make the intersection even possible. Except for a few lucky dogs, most human people don't even care about a relationship with any of them. And most of the lucky dogs were often seen more as objects than companions, anyway. They were playing the Animal Crossing of division, and the animal people were forced to only be NPCs, or non-player characters. It's a little insider trading there for gaming, y'all. One day, 4 animal people happily arrived at the crossing at precisely the same time, each coming from 4 different directions. A hedgehog named Mabel, a dog named KK Slider, Celeste the owl, and a camel who was named after her home desert, Sahara. However, as they tried to cross the intersection, they were each pushed out of the way by a human person. And as they got pushed, they were told, kind of in unison, "Hey, why don't you get out of the way? I'm trying to get to work here, trying to make money. But you wouldn't know what that is because you don't even have a job, lame duck." All 4 human... You wouldn't? Oh, good. And they might oblige. Now, all 4 human people, as I said the same thing. It was as if they had rehearsed this short, callous speech together. And though none of the animal people were ducks, they knew this mean pejorative anyway. They were being told that they were worthless. They weren't hurt physically, not this time. Sometimes this intersection was a much more violent place, especially when the humans were driving their cars. Now, nevertheless, they all felt a tremendous sadness. They felt so relegated, kind of pushed aside, literally. And though they shared this important intersection with the human people, it felt more like they were merely allowed to exist there, at best. They were visibly shaken and deeply saddened. Now, Uman, spelled U-U-M-A-N, the human intercession steward, witnessed the whole thing. And it hurt them too. As steward, Uman wasn't just supposed to make sure all the signals worked and crossing walks were painted and potholes were quickly filled. They were responsible for the relationships also between the human people and the animal people. They were responsible for making sure everyone felt like they belonged at this central hub along the path of life, human people and animal people. Uman asked the animal people if they would be willing to meet with him at a friendly all-species coffee shop after work that day, or whatever that meant for them, and they each agreed. And when they all arrived, they were all pretty forgiving of the four people that had impacted them this morning. They knew that parts of the especially human path that got them to that intersection made it very difficult for them to act with kindness and compassion toward each other, let alone other creatures. They had differing opinions about how to change things, though. Sahara, ever the worker bee, worker camel, said, "Why don't we just create some tasks for each human? We can create a monthly public requirement for which each human must sign up for a slot. I don't mind creating the sign-up sheet." And Celeste replied, "That's a good idea, Sahara, and I don't know if requiring folks to do the work is going to be effective. I doubt they'll even listen to us. Plus, I think it's bigger than individual responsibility." "Oh, I really like where you're both coming from. I think we can do something that really makes everybody happier," Mabel said warmly. And KK Slider the dog, ever the cool cat with few but wise words, thought for a while. And after about a minute of silence, he said, "Why don't we just change the game, my dudes?" They instantly remembered the way their society was entirely designed. Though their lives and their relationships were sacred, and in a way the way folks expected others to behave was sacred, if it was designed, it could be redesigned to meet everybody's needs better. Human people didn't have to have so much more power than their animal neighbors. That's just how somebody decided it should be along the way. "Yes, we could change how the whole game is played, create a whole new storyline," said Mabel. And she continued, "Games and stories have sequels and reboots all the time. Let's reboot our story. Let's make a story in which it's less advantageous to be self-centered or species-centered, and make it more advantageous to be in relationship with each other, to be friends with special concern for species that have less power. Maybe we can even flip the narrative on who has the power, what power even is. This is a game I'd play," hooted Celeste. And now it was time to write the new story. To truly get to the Animal Crossing of belonging, they first needed to make beta versions of the new story game. They called version 1 an Animal Crossing of organizing, which they followed up with intersection of justice and equity. Then came the real thing. It was time to launch. But once folks started playing, it wasn't a game that just starts and everything is decided for you. It's not like one path that you all have to make. It was just the beginning of many new paths. And to continue on this path, this shared path, they only needed to convince a few more Umans to play along. Yes, it would take some continued effort, but it would pay off. Stories have that kind of power, right? Once it was well written, people would buy in, especially if they found some well-respected human people already in positions of power who would want to play. And so they came together again and again with more and more Umans, and eventually more and more human people, and they played the new story. And just like with any game, it got easier and easier to play, even as the difficulty increased. No longer containing any NPCs, non-player characters, beloved community was now happening every day at the Animal Crossing of belonging. All right, y'all. If you want to head back to your seats, we're gonna do the animal blessing now. Yes. Well, I'll come to you, okay? I might be able to do it myself with it because it's not as many. So, in a moment, we are going to begin our Animal Crossing. No, that's the last thing. We're going to start our animal blessing. And first, I'm going to ask anybody who's on Zoom if they want to kind of show us any animal friends that they have with us or put a picture of their animals up to the screen. I'll do a blessing for them first, and then we'll do the animals that are here in this space. Is there anybody at home that would like to have their animal blessed? Okay, no worries. And now I'm going to go around and if you have a picture of your animal or if you have your stuffed animal, I'll bless anything that you kind of call a companion to yourself, and then we'll bless them all together and go from there. What is this creature's name? I forgot the blessing. Bless Kitty, and may Kitty and all those who care for them be held in love and creation. What is this cat's name?
This one is Bonsai. These are Lesser and Daenerys. And this is Rosie.
Bless Rosie, Lesser Daenerys, and Bonsai, and bless all those who care for them and be held in love and creation. Okay. Oh, bless the memory of Ronnie, and bless all those who cared for Ronnie, and that they may be held in love and creation. Well, bless Blossom and Emmy, and bless all those who care for them and be held in love and creation. You have any pictures? You have any pictures? Okay. What is Rendy? Well, bless Rendy and bless all those who care for Rendy in love and creation. You're welcome. What is this dog's name? May we bless Monty and those who care for them in love and creation. What's his name? Fred. Bless Fred, and may all those who love and care for him be held in love and creation. Who are these cats? They are very cute. Look how much hair. Oh, you want me to bless someone also? What's this one's name? Okay. Okay. Well, bless both Olivers and I forget the other one's name, Phoenix, and may all who care for them. And oh, well, thank you for sharing that. Well, bless them both and bless both of you. Oh yeah, I don't like my teeth pulled either. Siggy. Well, bless Siggy, and may all those who care for Siggy be held in love and creation. Okay, I'll come back around there. What is this creature's name? Lovey. Okay, well, bless Lovey and Redhead, and may all those who care for them be held in love and creation. Remind me of her name. Atticus, right? Bless Atticus, and may all those who care for Atticus be held in love and creation. And I know Daisy. Bless Daisy, and may all those who care for Daisy be held in love and creation. Oh God, such a big nose. That's okay. Remind me who this? Jessica and Jevica, and what's this one's name? Charlotte. Well, bless Jevica and Charlotte, May all those who care for them be held in love in creation. Excuse me, y'all. Thank you. Who do we got here? You have a Brittany. My family raises Brittany's. Let's talk about it. Oh, yeah, you have the turtle? Let me see the turtle. What's the Brittany's name? I'm sorry, I got excited. Ernie, yeah. What's the turtle's name again? Macaroni. Well, bless Ernie and Macaroni, and may all those who care for them be held in love in creation. Oh my goodness. Let's not get any ooze on him so he doesn't become a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Okay. All right, let's slide by here. Bless each of these animal family members. May they and those who care for them be held lovingly in the chalice of creation. Blessed be.
For our closing hymn, please join us in body or spirit as we sing Oneness of Everything, hymn 1052.
Creator, hear and bless thy beasts and singing birds, and guard with tenderness small things that have no words. Amen.
Does anybody know what is happening with Pat and Andy?
I don't know about Pat, but Andy posted that he's still having some problems and he's going back to his cardiologist on the 28th.
Okay,
That's,
what I was afraid of.
yeah. I gotta run. I'm with my mom today. So I will
Okay.
see y'all later.